next bit, it's a little more fun in nature. It's kind of quick fire questions. And so I'm just going to rattle them off and you can go ahead and answer whatever comes to mind first. This is called our Library Questionary. So what is your favorite sandwich?
Egg salad with Swiss cheese, warm. That's it.
Yeah, I just say a fried egg sandwich in the morning as I'm running out the door. But yeah, oh, that's a tough question. I also like peanut butter and jelly. I really do.
Classic, can't go wrong, right? Yeah. I can tell, Omar, you're probably very decisive when making your order. Wes, we would have to make sure we have a little extra time for you to review the menu, right? Am I getting the dynamic right here?
I love to cook, and I cook all the time, but I never make the same recipe twice, and so and I'm running out of recipes. So, but I think it's my indecisiveness that.
No, I'm not decisive. It's just that in that category of sandwiches, I'm completely alone in my house because none of my family members like egg salad. So I have to do it all by myself and for myself all the time.
Poor Omar. Okay. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A children's book author and artist. Yeah, I wanted to draw cartoons and I wanted to write stories and create children's books.
You do any of those things now?
Mostly just for my daughters. Try and write tell little stories with them and draw pictures for them. And that's enough. That in itself is a lot of work.
Best audience ever, right?
Critical audience, but the best audience.
I think I wanted to be, I don't remember in detail. I wanted to be many things. It changed by the day. But the one that's more present is an astronaut. And I was born in 1969. I grew up in the Star Wars era, so space was a lot of my childhood, thinking about space and what could be going on there and how could I get myself there. Yeah.
Well, it looks like space tourism is on the horizon, so you're not that far off, right?
Yeah. At this point, I'm no longer as interested. There are enough things to see here on Earth. And underwater, diving is my big thing now.
Yeah. Okay, so what's one source of information that you check every day?
The New York Times.
Yeah, me too.
Great. Hopefully you're both signed up through the business school, right? Not paying any extra.
I pay extra just because I feel like it's my duty to support the New York Times. And so, but I should just sign up to the business school because I know it's already provided, but I have not.
I do the same, although I did sign up to the Wall Street Journal via the school.
Good.
I don't have the same sense of duty for the Wall Street Journal as I do for the New York Times.
This one tends to be a little controversial. Cats or dogs?
Fish.
Ooh.
I'm not a pet person. We tried the dog thing and yeah, it's not happening. And we're not a cat person either. We're cat.
Yeah, I'm hands down a dog person. Cats, I tried them. It didn't go well. My sofa, everything was destroyed.
Everything.
Yeah.
They own it all. Yeah. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Indecisive. My daughter loves my mustache, so I'll say fuzzy. And I think introspective.
Good ones.
Yeah, I think that the first thing that comes to mind is I would say Latino. I mean, I'm from Puerto Rico, but my Hispanic heritage is very strong in me for obvious reasons. The second one is in progress. Like, I always feel like I'm not done. Like I still have more, not just to do, just to become, right? Things that I want to change about myself, things that I want to improve at all kinds of levels. And the third one maybe is listening. I really enjoy listening to people, particularly old people. I love sitting down with an older person and just ask them a few questions and just sit back and hear their story. So I would say those 3 things.
That's the question that's the most like an interview, like a job interview. So I'm sorry for that, putting the pressure on.
So did we get the job? Did we get
Yeah,
the job?
absolutely. You're totally hired.
I've never had a job. I'm never good at prepping for these interviews because an actual job interview is very different.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do in Atlanta?
The farmers markets on the weekend, whether it's Grant Park or Freedom Park or our local one in Avondale, to be able to support local farmers, but also to see people. There's usually live music, delicious pastries, but it's a tradition that we go to one of those every weekend.
I would say I love that too, but I would say it's actually it's my backyard. It's not big. There's nothing particularly special, but it's surrounded by trees. And I was talking to my daughter about this, or actually my wife yesterday, walking back, how special Atlanta is. With it feels like we live in a forest, and that's how I feel in my backyard. And I grew up in a very different environment with cement all over me. So being able to walk in my backyard and sit in, a little deck I have in the back and just listen to the trees and the birds and the squirrels, which I think are amazing. That to me is the best thing about Atlanta.
That's awesome. Yeah, they do say they call us a city in the middle of a forest. So spot on. Yeah. Okay, 2 more questions. What's the best advice anyone has ever given you?
Probably something my colleague often says to me, and take your work seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. And then I always go back to that.
I don't think this translates as well in English, but my dad used to tell me, ocúpate, no te preocupes. No te preocupes, ocúpate. Which in English would be something like, don't preoccupy, but occupy. Right? So, and what he was really saying is, don't waste time worrying about things. Just get them done. Just do whatever it is. If you act on something, your weariness will come down. Your anxiety will come down. And I have found over the years that is very insightful guidance to give a young person who was quite good at procrastinating in the past. So
there's a saying in English that's similar to that. I think it's a Mark Twain quote. I think one of my professors in college told me this: don't get it right, get it written. And the idea of just putting thoughts on paper and starting that process rather than all the planning and worrying that we do ahead of writing, and just that exercise is similar.
Final question. If you could have one superpower, what would you choose?
Flying.
Yeah, I would be invisible.
Ooh, invincibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, invisible.
Oh, invisibility.
Invisibility. I think
Got it. Yeah. Flying and invisibility. Those are 2 strong superpowers. Strong. Dream team.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering our questionnaire. We feel as if we do know you better now.